What's up, everyone? It's your friend Justus West, and I'm here with my friends at Guitar Center to check out the PRS SE Swamp Ash Special in this beautiful charcoal finish. Little bit about me. I've been playing guitar 17 years. I'm a 7-time Grammy-nominated musician and producer, and I've even shared the stage with artists like Miguel, Ty Dolla $ign, Mac Miller, and I even was a part of a Guitar Center competition when I was younger with Vince Gill, where I got to share the stage with him and even play a few cool tunes. First impressions picking up this instrument is wow. It's incredibly balanced and the neck feels incredible. Not only does this guitar feel great in my arms, it looks amazing too. Swamp Ash is such a beautiful wood. I mean, look at the way it cuts through the paint job. The dark charcoal really complements any outfit you would have to wear on stage, and the neck just stands out. I mean, the inlays being pearl, just absolutely gorgeous. It'll photograph well, and most importantly, it'll sound amazing. Now that we've covered how the guitar feels and also how it looks, I want to go over the overall setup of the instrument and the pickups that are present. It's got the 8515S humbuckers with an AS-01 single coil. You've got a volume knob, and you've also got a tone knob that allows you to split the humbuckers. More on that later, because let me tell you, it sounds incredible. Last but not least, you've also got a nice 3-way switch to switch between all your pickup configurations. In total, you have 6 different pickup configurations thanks to this awesome coil split. Might I add that it feels super good in your hand? When you pull it up, push it down, it feels super sturdy. You're not gonna like yank it off or break it or anything, and I think that's a good thing to note, as sometimes with coil splits, you can feel like you're gonna be too aggressive with them. So let's start with position 1. With the tone knob down, you get the humbucker right down here at the bridge. When you pull it up, you also blend in this middle single coil. Let's first hear what it sounds like with the tone knob down, which is just the bridge humbucker. All right, now that we've heard it with the tone knob down, let's go ahead and pull it up and hear what it sounds like when we blend in that middle single coil. So let's go through the differences between the two tones. First, you will have noticed with the tone knob down, you definitely got a more present sound. It was more in your face with a good bump in the mids and a more present high end. Now, I actually prefer with the tone knob pulled up. It gave you more of a hollow sound where you can hear a little bit of the strings, and you can kind of even get a little rhythmic with that. Sometimes the split tones for me personally can be a bit more usable because in a mix, they'll stand out a little bit more. When you're recording guitars and you're in your first position like that, and you've got that bump in the mids, it can sometimes cause problems in a mix. But remember, there's a use for everything. So both tones are extremely usable, and it just depends on what your mood is for the day. All right, now that we've covered position 1, let's move on to position 2. In position 2, you'll have your bridge humbucker and also your neck humbucker. But if you pull up your tone knob so you can split, you will have your bridge humbucker, your middle single coil, and then one coil in the neck. It's a super cool feature that I find so usable on a gig. And honestly, being able to just push and pull this tone knob is so convenient because if you're in the middle of playing parts, you know, it's super quick and easy to find. All right, now that we've covered what pickups are active, let's go ahead and hear with the tone knob down. All right, let's go ahead and pull that tone knob up. All right, so now that we've heard both settings, I have to say there is a big distinguishable difference between pulling the tone knob up and pushing it back down. And I love that because Nowadays, when we're in the market for a guitar, we want a tool that can cover many areas, as most of us musicians are doing all sorts of different gigs. For me personally, I can't even pick a favorite sound. With the tone knob down, it was a super present humbucking sound, which I love for chords. Often in R&B, it's nice to just go ahead and keep your humbuckers on like that, because the guitar will be very prominent when you're playing your chords, and I love my guitar sounding full in a mix. Pulling it up, however, also had an amazing sound. I could imagine if I was in a band and the piano player was more present, I would want to go ahead and pull it up so that my guitar is not stepping so much in the mids and in the lows. Also, with the tone knob up, that'd be an amazing sound for more rhythmic playing. For rhythm, it's absolutely perfect because you get a nice amount of that like high-end string, a little bit of the pick, but the strings still sound pretty warm and full. All in all, the middle position has two great options that you would definitely be able to use in many settings and scenarios. All right, last but not least, let's cover that third position. With the tone knob down, you will be hearing just this neck humbucker here. When we go ahead and pull our tone knob up, you now have single from the humbucker and your single middle coil as well. Let's go ahead and play through a progression with the tone knob down first. All right, let's pull our tone knob up. And again, this guitar shows its ultimate versatility. With the tone knob down, we experience a very in-your-face, kind of mid-hump tone. And I actually love that because depending on what emotion you're trying to express, that tone could be very useful. It gives a very you're close in proximity, let me tell you a story kind of sound. Now, in contrast, when I pull the tone knob up, it just comes to life and it breathes. That tone could easily be compared to any kind of Strat, and man, that's just incredible. I mean, to have the humbucking options with the single in the middle and an amazing coil split, this guitar is so versatile, so versatile. I loved both of those sounds and could easily think of many uses for both tones. All right, I've been showing off the clean, pure tone of this guitar, but now I want to show you what happens when you dirty it up a little bit. Here with my Archon 50, I'm gonna go to the gain channel and crank it up so you can hear what this thing sounds like under some pressure. It's interesting how the guitar and the gear you're running it through can instantly change the characteristics of your playing. If you heard me play earlier, you'd probably think, oh, he's an R&B guy. But once I turn on the gain channel on this amp and really start digging on the guitar, it's like a whole nother side of me comes out. And that's what I love about this guitar specifically. All of the different tones you can get, from Strat-like tones to maybe even some twangy chicken picking, and then throw it down for some humbucking to get into your punk or rock mode. That's what makes the ultimate guitar for me. And see what I mean? The dirty channel showcases exactly what this guitar is capable on both ends of the spectrum. Earlier, I played through all of these clean tones, very R&B and rhythmic, but then kicking the amp into the dirty channel and dropping the guitar into humbucking, and the thing sings like an angel. It's such a versatile guitar, jumping genre to genre to genre. I say this is a worthy piece of machinery for your arsenal because it's an everything guitar and it feels great in my hands. It's not too heavy and it's absolutely gorgeous. The thing is a looker. I mean, check out the neck and the way the inlays really pop off of that Swamp Ash neck. I love this guitar. So if you want to learn more about the PRS SE Swamp Ash Special, go to guitarcenter.com, call one of their expert gear advisors, or just stop into your local GC.